Live from Sin City, it's the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. And now, here's the star of the show, Giant Dr. Griffin!
This is Diet Dr. Griffin back with a pre-Christmas version of the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. How you doing, Shane?
So good. I just went and had a omakase, sort of a blend between omakase and kaiseki meal at one of my favorite Japanese restaurants in Seattle, and it was delicious. So,
Nice.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I think it's starting to slow down at the old office, and I hope that next week is very, very slow.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope that for you as well, then.
Yeah, it'd be really, really nice. What isn't going to be slow for the next few days, although it certainly seems that way right now. We have the deadline for Munetaka Murakami.
Ooh, when is that?
He basically has like the sign by Monday.
Oh, all right. That's really soon.
Yeah, they got the 45-day posting window, and it's wild to see that we haven't really heard much of anything about him.
Yeah,
But
that is pretty wild.
He has to sign his deal by 5 p.m. on December 22nd, which is Monday.
Eastern Standard Time, or
I believe Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
okay.
The
Interesting.
other players, Imai, his isn't until January 2nd, and then Okamoto is on the 4th.
So what happens if he doesn't get signed by Monday?
He'll probably stay in Japan for another year.
Okay.
And then at that point, I think he may be able to sign as a free agent outright and not have to do the posting fee situation.
Gotcha.
But do you remember the old George Carlin joke? We used to say, never made it with a 10, but one night I made it with 5 2s.
Yeah, I have heard that joke, yeah.
This is what this week of baseball transactions feels like. A lot of volume, but doesn't really seem like a lot of consequential players.
Yeah. A lot of people, one person I think who got a deal that they should have never gotten, but I'm proud and happy for them that they did. So.
Well, who was that player, Shane?
Jorge Polanco. Yeah, he got his deal is ridiculous. And honestly, I hope he continues to play well, but I don't see it. So
okay. Well, here's the thing. His deal is for 2 years, $40 million to play for the New York Metropolitans.
Mm-hmm.
And they want him to play first base / DH. So he's basically the repeat Alonso replacement.
Yeah. And honestly, I think he had a career. I think this was his career year last year, and that's it. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong for his sake. But I understand why the Mariners didn't want to pay him $20 million a year. So
yeah, I understand that too. And it's going to be interesting where he slots in the lineup. Because if they put him cleanup behind Lindor and Soto, I mean, he at least has the ability to get some good RBIs. He's not a power hitter like the polar bear in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, that's why I would be surprised if I would honestly bat him lead off personally, or like down around, or he'd be a really great 9 hitter too, I think. But
well, what I'm be curious to see is if they go for another first base DH type, because Murakami seems like Murakami or Okamoto, both those guys are very similar. Put them in at first base or DH for the Mets.
Yeah.
And you've basically, as Billy Beane would say, you replaced him in the aggregate.
Yep.
Although I do think
true.
Murakami at least has the potential to be the Kyle Schwarber, Pete Alonso level of power hitter. Like, he's got that in him. It's just whether or not he can have the swing and miss potential that just come into play here. Because his swing and miss numbers are bad, but Ohtani's were actually worse in Japan.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mets, Luke Weaver is with the Mets now for 2 years, $22 million.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be backing up Devin Williams.
Weaver's getting 11 a year to hopefully turn his closing career back around from already turning it around and then struggling, and then hopefully he turns it around again. So
Well, he's going to be not closing, obviously, because they're paying Williams the full amount to close. So basically the same situation with the Yankees last year, going into the season anyway. That was the feeling.
yeah, I mean he was supposed to be the Yankees closer, but that obviously didn't work out, and the Mets lost their closer because they wanted Devin Williams. So
Yeah, and the Mets just seem to be going for all the Yankees, it seems like.
yeah, yep.
It's pretty wild.
So they got Devin Williams, Luke Weaver. Who else did they go after?
Well, they got Juan Soto,
Oh yeah.
their manager Mendoza
Oh
was
yeah, I
a
forgot about
Yankee,
that.
Clay Holmes last year,
Oh, that's right. That's right. Clay Holmes.
Frankie Montas.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Frankie is like he's just going around the league till no one will give him a
He is
contract.
now,
Kind
but
of.
he was with the Yankees when he signed with the Mets.
That's true. All right, I can give you that.
Speaking of a former Yankee here, Michael King, who's probably the biggest transaction of this week, he signed a 3-year, $75 million deal to stay with the Padres.
Yeah, I think that's a good move for the Padres, honestly.
Now, the thing is that he has opt-outs after each year in the deal.
Oh, good for him. That's a player friendly option. I always love to see that happen for those guys. So
I think the reason he took this deal was because of the fact that he was one of the qualifying offer players. And I think that he turned it down, and that kind of stunted his market a little bit.
and he has the potential to be one of the better pitchers next year, depending on what happens. And if the Padres aren't going to be contenders, then that's good that he can opt out of his contract.
I think it'd be good. I think in general, it's good for him if he can opt out of his deal so that he can get the weight of that offer off his shoulder. And I
Yeah.
know he was injured for a good chunk of last year too, and I think that also was factoring in.
Yeah, because he didn't really play to his potential last year. So
No, he struggled, and I think he came back without going on a rehab assignment too, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, it's pretty surprising.
The Padres also signed Sung Mung Song, and I apologize if I don't pronounce that right. He's a infielder from the Korean League,
Hmm,
plays second and third base. He, I believe, was the KBO MVP last year for at least on the hitting side of things.
really? Okay.
Yeah, pretty solid player
So
there.
he's replacing. Well, they were pretty shaky at second, right? Who
Well,
was their second baseman last
they
year?
played Jake
Yeah,
Cronenworth at second.
Cronenworth. Yeah, so that makes sense that they would want something, or at least try to get something a little more solid in that position. So
And Luis Ariz is a free Arias, as Alexa corrected me today, is a
yeah,
free agent, and I get the feeling he's not coming back.
really, you think so? Oh, well, like where?
Well,
Who's
with the
going to pay
Padres,
him
I mean.
more than the Padres?
Well, the Padres are. I'm surprised the Padres are paying Michael King $25 million this year.
Yeah, I mean that does seem surprising, but his upside is a trillion.
I
I
mean,
mean, you're getting a
that's
good
just for
deal.
1 year.
Yeah, you're getting
It's
a
really
good
a one.
deal if he performs. And if you make it worth his while to stay, you're really doing good for yourselves. So I understand that
There's
one.
been
I understand. So
there's been a lot of chatter going around about the Mets and the Padres trying to swing a deal.
are the Mets trying to get a rise? Because that seems like
No. I mean, I'm talking like trading, not
yeah.
Arise a free agent, so he can't trade a free agent.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But the
Yeah, I would
people
I
I
would
keep,
expect the Padres to lock him back down again because it's not like he's super expensive. And he's just a contact hitter too. It's not like he's one of those people who plays first base really well, is a good clubhouse guy, keeps to himself, is not very flashy, and like an all around like just good dude you'd want to have on the team, and someone who's not gonna draw a lot of money, I think. So
Well, that I think that's where the debate's going to come into play because you got a guy who's won the batting title multiple times, but probably is worth more than $10 million a year.
oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
I mean, the Braves just paid Mike Yastrzemski 2 years, $22 million, which looks like a terrible freaking deal.
Yeah,
But
but how old is Arias?
Arias, I believe, let me look it up. I feel like
It's like
he's in his early 30s.
30, 32, 31.
I mean, he might even be 30, but I'm looking that up now. But like, Yaz is 35 and an outfielder, and he's like
Yeah.
a platoon bat, and they're just gonna pay him 10. They're gonna pay him like $11 million over 2 years, each year for 2 years when he's 35.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I don't understand it. A lot of people think he's really good, and I'm like, he's been a fringe player at best. Oh, and
Oh, maybe
Luis
he's good.
Rise, he's gonna be 29 in April.
Oh, dude, I would
So
if
he's younger
I'm
than we
the
thought we were.
yeah, if I'm the Padres, I'd give him 15 for 5 years, 15 million for 5 years. See if he
You're
likes
gonna
that.
give him the Andrew Benintendi contract,
No,
which
hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
which blew up in the White Sox face the moment it signed.
sure, of course. I mean, every once in a while it blows up, but every once in a while it also works out. So, for every time it blows up in someone's face, it also works out for a different team. So he's worth that at least, I would think. Or give him 20 for 1 year as like a do better, if you think you need him to do better, and let him explore his options when he's 30. But if I'm the Padres, I would lock that guy down. He's a good first baseman. So
Well, we'll have to see what they decide to do.
yeah. You
Now,
just you could get such a great deal for him too, because I don't think the market for him is crazy.
I
So
think though there's I think there might be a difference between what Arias's camp thinks the market is and what the league thinks the market is for a player who doesn't offer anything but batting average.
yeah, yeah,
That's
that's
what
true.
I'm curious to see. Speaking of former Padres, Ha-Seong Kim is going to stay with the Braves for 1 year, $20 million.
Okay,
So he opted out of his deal for 16 and got a $4 million raise to stay with the Braves and be their starting shortstop.
okay. Well, good for him. Hopefully, he puts the bat to the ball a little bit more than he has been. But
Yeah, he had that shoulder injury too, which he missed about half the season for.
yeah, that makes sense why he wasn't batting very well then. So
Exactly, exactly. And the Yankees are in the bargain basement chapter of their offseason as they are keeping Ahmed Rosario for $2.5 million.
hmm, interesting.
Funny story about that guy. My very first year of playing like real fantasy, which was 2019, I
Hmm.
drafted Rosario as my starting shortstop. That
Nice.
did not go well. And the
Yeah, I
funny
bet.
story about that is that a shortstop, a rookie shortstop, was going to make his debut with his team starting the season with them. And that shortstop was Fernando Tatis.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't sign Tatis. So this is my first year playing. So my first year, I
Yeah,
didn't really know anything. I said, you know what? I want to see what I have in Ahmed Rosario before I decide to start grabbing Tatis.
yeah, that makes
And
sense. Well, he turned out to be a right fielder anyway, so
but not that year.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Actually, the funny story was my shortstop that year, which I've won my first championship somehow. I don't know how I did that, but I had Jorge Polanco as my shortstop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Old George used to play the shorty.
I can't remember if this was before or after he got popped for 80 games for steroids. It might have been this
Uh,
season that he got
I
popped.
think it was. I think it was before, but I could
It might have been
also be.
before, yeah.
I could be wrong. So
Yeah, I think it probably was before.
yeah, because he was on a hot streak before he got hit with PEDs. So
Well, let's go to some pitcher moves here. The Tigers are really having some interesting bullpen decisions for AJ Hinch because they brought in Kenley Jansen.
Really? You were talking about Tyler Skubal doing the World Baseball Classic, and I 100% support someone wanting to play for their country. I don't know why you would think that was concerning.
I support them playing for the country. I got no problem with that.
Uh-huh.
My problem is when you're a pitcher and you're one throw away from Tommy John surgery, and you've already had Tommy John surgery if you're Mr. Scooble Dooby Doo here,
Yeah.
and you're 1 year away from free agency.
But if you're always one throw away from Tommy John surgery, then why don't you play for your country?
Because you're having to start your season early and put extra wear and tear on your tires, you have less recovery, and you were pitching in the postseason.
Nah, dude, let's USA bring it back from Japan. I support you, Tarek.
I
you're doing the
support him
Lord's
too.
work.
I just don't want him to get hurt and then lose $300 million because he's unable to pitch at the same level he was able to pitch to before.
Yeah,
That's
but
the level of.
That's a maybe that might happen. That's not a for sure thing. So
No,
and then
no,
look
but
at Edwin Diaz, right? Like 4 years ago, he injured himself, or 2
in
years
the
ago,
World
or however.
Baseball Classic celebrating.
Yeah. So but look at him now. He's got a great contract with the Dodgers. He might win his first World Series ring next year.
Well, I mean, he
So,
didn't hurt his throwing arm; he hurt his Achilles.
yeah. Well, sometimes you
Yeah,
got to
he's a
jump
closer.
so high. Sometimes you jump so high, you never think you're going to come down. So
That's the point, and I'm just genuinely surprised that his agent is even letting him do it. To be honest, 'cause he's a Boris client, and Boris has already been pimping Scooby Dooby Doo out there with
well, I'm sure Boris doesn't want him to do it, but I'm sure Tarek wants to do it because he wants to play for his country and bring the championship back to the United States. That's what I think. I get that it's a risk, but life is full of risks, and do what you love.
I hope he has insurance.
You only get one go in theory, unless we're being reincarnated. But who knows?
I hope he has insurance to I hope he has insurance to cover the fact that if he misses out on this deal here, it's going to cost him hundreds of millions of dollars. I hope he's got insurance to cover that.
Oh, I hope he brings that trophy back to USA, and then if he does get hurt, I think it will hurt a lot less. So
I don't know. $300 million is a lot of money.
he's already made a bunch of money. He sounds like, from what I've heard, he seems like he's a pretty intelligent guy. I'm sure he's like not spent all of his money and whatnot. So
I don't know about any of his financial stuff. I do know that he hired Scott Boras as an agent. So if he was going to take a hometown discount, you don't hire Scott Boras.
that's true. But you do play the World Baseball Classic. So
I don't know. I mean, Judge didn't even play the
yeah, but Judge is
one.
And yeah,
he got his deal.
How I feel about him. So yeah.
He signed his deal in the end of 2022, and he still didn't play in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he's a pretty boy, and then he's also the face of the American League, so they just give him all the awards because he looks pretty, and that's it. Doesn't play very well, crappy on defense, really great at offense, for sure. Could be like the offensive player of the year every year, but turns out you also have to play defense in baseball, but no one takes that into consideration because he has a pretty smile. Like, I don't get it. So it is what it is.
Wait. Okay. Pretty smile. Dude, you could put a photo of Butthead from Beavis and Butthead next to Aaron Judge, and they look very similar facially.
I mean, I'm just trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, so I don't like him. He shouldn't have won the MVP this year. He got it just because he's the most popular player, and now that award is a sham. So
I think that award was probably a sham a while ago.
yeah, and it's even more of a sham now. Baseball proved it to us, so we don't even need to wait for the awards this next year. We'll just know that we'll go to whoever is most popular. So
made it a month. Okay. Dustin May is going to go to the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, Dusty's on the Cardies. The flaming redhead wears a red jersey now. So,
and the Angels are trying to do. In my thinking is that they're trying to do the Major League roster from like the movie Major League.
Oh, nice.
They brought in Jordan Romano and Drew Pomerantz. They're like bringing anybody in who was like good 3-4 years ago, and just hoping that it all gels together, and you got a switch hitting DH that does voodoo. You're just hoping all of this stuff happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And that I feel like the Cards have some really good base players though. So they might be a little bit closer than anyone thinks. But then on top of that, like
Oh,
if Dustin,
the Cards are sellers though. They're gonna be moving more people.
yeah,
Like
if
Brandon
Dustin,
Donovan's gonna get traded at some point. Alec Burleson possibly.
yeah, but if Dustin plays well, I mean, they might actually just be random contenders. So, but we'll see. I mean, I could.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't.
probably wrong, but that league specifically is up for the taking. So,
Yeah, I mean,
National Central, yeah. So
maybe if the Cardinals had kept Sonny Gray, I would probably feel that way. But I just
I
think
mean,
they're
it's
gonna
like the
trade
AFC.
away
I mean,
from
that
him.
league is like the AFC in football this year. Everyone's trying to lose their way into the wild card. So,
Yeah, yeah, lose their way in the wild card. Yeah. All right. The Royals traded for Isaac Collins, who was, I believe, fourth in Rookie of the Year voting last year.
oh, okay, cool. Where did
Shane,
he come from?
he came from the Brewers.
Oh, okay, Brew Crew.
Yeah.
What the
Shane,
Brew Crew? What the Brew Crew get for him?
the
And what
Brewers
is
got
the?
Angel Zerpa. Today, Shane Boz was traded to Baltimore for a bunch of random players in the Tampa Bay Rays system. I don't want to go through them all.
Okay,
And
well, awesome for the Orioles finally taking a pitcher because Lord knows that's the only thing they need, and why they don't want to do that is crazy to me.
well, Shane Boz was very hit or miss last year. He had some good outings, and then he had the outing where you give out like 5 home runs in a game.
Yeah, but anyone who is a passable pitcher on that team is better than what they have now. So,
Except for Kyle Bradish.
except for Kyle Bradish, yes.
The most interesting part, I honestly think, about the trade was actually that the Rays got a competitive balance pick, round A, which means
Interesting.
that, yeah, because in baseball, you can't actually trade draft picks except for the competitive balance picks.
Hmm.
It's a strange rule, but the competitive balance A is basically a sandwich pick between round 1 and round 2. So still pretty high. The Rays made another trade, this time with the Pirates, and it's in a three-way with the Astros as well. And the Pirates are getting Brandon Lau.
Oh, okay. That's actually, I mean, if he plays well, he could be a pretty good player. So he's been solidly average the last couple of years. So,
Yeah, the Astros are giving up a couple of the prospects that the Rays are getting, and then the Astros are getting a pitcher, I think, from the Pirates. It's kind of confusing. I don't know these guys very well, and they're all
Pirates have
getting sent
good
around.
pitching on average in their farm system, so that could work out well, especially if they're not going to pay Framber Valdez to run it back again. So,
Well, he's still out there. I don't know where he's going yet.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He might be too expensive. I mean, the Astros love to develop and trade just like the Rangers and just like the Mariners. So they'd rather, or one of those organizations that would rather run into it with good players than pay money for free agents. So,
Did you just say the Astros don't want to pay money to free agents?
yeah, kind of. I mean,
I mean, they only gave up like $20+ million a year to free agent first baseman like Christian Walker and Abreu, who
yeah.
fell off a cliff when he went to Houston.
Oh, that's the
Unless
thing
you're a
is that
first baseman, that's basically
I
all the
think they're,
Astros want to spend on.
yeah, I think they're done doing that though. So,
Although they did take on Correa's contract again from the Twinkies. Well, no, I don't know. I
yeah, that's
remember the
true. I'm a little curious
Twinkies
to
are
see.
paying some of that deal.
Yeah, I'm thinking they probably got him back just to teach Mauricio Dubon or Jeremy Pena like a little bit more of what he knows before he leaves. I would just be I think that signing was literally just to teach the shortstop of their future what he knows is what I'm kind of what I feel about that. But
Still think Correa has like 4 years left on his contract, though.
yeah, I think he's just going to be like a clubhouse guy. He's basically going to be like a coach that's a player. Yeah, that's what I think.
That's an
I could be
awesome.
totally wrong.
Getting
So
paid $30 million a year to be a player
yeah.
coach.
He'll
Gotta love that.
probably he'll probably play right or left field, I'm assuming, but
And oh my god, I'm blanking on little buzzer boy's name. Altuve.
yeah.
He and
Yeah,
Altuve are
so
going to be former
Altuve will play
infielders
left, he'll play
playing
right.
outfield.
Yeah, yeah, he'll be fine. They'll
It's
work
been
it out.
a long week. A lot of names and stuff on my brain here. Phillies, way back in the early parts of this week, signed Adolis Garcia.
Oh, really?
Yep, he's gonna be their right fielder, and everything I'm hearing is that Nick Castellanos is not going to be with the Phillies next year.
That makes sense.
They have not decided if they're going to trade him or just outright release him, but they keep saying that Garcia is going to be right field and Castellanos is gone.
I mean, honestly, that's probably an upgrade at that position. So,
I tend to agree there.
well, they've been giving Casty the chance to be better, and he's been taking the opportunity to not. So, whether or not, there's something else going on or not, who knows? But you got to perform if you want the contract, and he has not been performing. So,
Yeah. And the Phillies also made a move where they traded Matt Strom to the Royals.
hmm.
They
What did they get for Strom?
That's what I'm looking to see. It looks like Jonathan Bolan.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but
I don't know who that is either. I'm trying to find where it says in the ESPN article.
yeah, maybe it's like a lateral trade where you're hoping that
He's
the guy
yeah,
has a bunch of upside.
he's a pitcher, and Boland's just a looks like a right-handed pitcher who's had a lot of injuries, and he pitched in 34 games this past year.
They're just hoping that he has a good year, basically.
Yeah, and I think they want Strom to be their kind of left-handed weapon in the bullpen. I think for the
Okay.
Royals, which makes sense.
Yeah.
They're still trying to compete in the AL Central, which I think is still a winnable division, even with the
Yeah.
Tigers still being dominant up there at the top, and the Guardians just doing their thing.
Yeah, I mean, AL and NL Central League is up, like I said, it's up for everyone. There are people trying to lose their way into the playoffs. So
The Twinkies are going to try to lose their way in there.
yeah, exactly.
And then Adrian Hauser, don't call me Hauser from Total Recall, is signing with the Giants for 2 years, $22 million.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah. I believe Brad Keller also signed this week for 2 years, $22 million as well.
With
So
the
a lot
Giants as
of,
well?
I'm sorry?
With the Giants as well, or
I believe he is with the Phillies.
oh, okay. All right. That's actually it should be hopefully pretty good for the Phillies. So
Yeah, a lot of 2 year, $22 million contracts this week.
yeah, prove it. Prove it deals.
I
So
don't think those are prove it deals at all.
it's well for 2 years and we'll give you another bigger one, I think. So
I mean, most relievers don't really get long-term deals at this point unless you're like the elite closers. They kind of go year to year or maybe a couple years on
yeah,
their
I
deals.
mean that makes sense, yeah. But the elite ones are getting 20-ish. So
Yeah. I mean, the elite ones get more length and girth
yeah.
on the contract. And do you have any closing remarks for today's show?
Oh boy, do I. Speaking of relievers, more people have walked on the moon, 12, than have scored an earned run off of Mariano Rivera in the postseason, 11.
Wow. That is wild.
Yeah, right. Oh, I
That
got another one too, like another crazy one that's
okay.
gonna blow your mind. Babe Ruth often placed chilled cabbage leaves under his cap during games to defend against the oppressive summer heat.
Well, I mean, they didn't have the same kind of technology back when he played then when they were playing
Yep.
today.
So you got chilled cabbage under the baseball cap, and more people have walked on the moon than have scored off of Mariano Rivera, which he had a long career too.
Yeah, and a lot of playoff games too.
Yeah, a lot of playoff
I mean, they didn't
games.
they didn't play as many playoff games back then as they do now, but they did have the wild card, which added another round of series compared to most of the
Hmm.
previous. And on that note, everybody have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you guys after the holiday.
Bye now.